I love music, man. I mainly listen to hip-hop and R&B, and a little bit of rock. But what I love is slowed-down/reverb music. Shout out to my brother who introduced me to this genre. Is it a genre? Yeah, I'm gonna say it is. I had no idea how big of a community this music had. I searched up some of my favorite songs and I wanted to hear them slowed down. I was like, whoa, this is pretty good. I kept searching up songs that I wouldn't expect to be good slowed down and reverb, but it always is. Am I the only one that feels like this? Anyway, in this video I'm going to be talking about why slowed down music just hits different, and why it's so good to listen to. Let's do it. Sometimes we listen to songs and we don't fully understand the lyrics, or we misheard something that was said, but then you listen to that song slowed down, you can hear what they're saying better, because, well, it's slowed down. The beat is another thing that just sounds really good. For example, DNA by Kendrick Lamar sounds awesome slowed down. The beat sounds more powerful, and the way the slowed voice sounds over it, it really does change your whole vibe, and has you bopping your head, but more on that specifically later. It's also easier if you're trying to memorize a song or a part of it for some reason. It's nice because you can listen to it over and over again until you know what you're saying. I mean, that's what I did, like when I was in 5th grade. I wanted to impress my friends in my class that I knew the fast part of Rap God. So I would listen to a slowed down version of that song over and over again to memorize it, and it helped me because I understand what he was saying. Like the song Alors on Dance slowed down is used in French class to help students understand French and help them with their pronunciation. It's a really smart idea. I wish my teachers would have done that. I'm looking at you, Spanish class. Okay, back to what I said earlier. The beat in these songs are amazing. Don't get me wrong, when you listen to a good song with a fire beat, it's still good, but when it's slowed down, it gives it a whole nother sound that, yes, is different from the original, but is pretty good. A song that I think is a good example of this is Roses by St. John. Really good artist, by the way. If you're interested to hear more about his startup and success, I did a video about him, so please check it out. Link in the description. Roses is just a good song in general. It's nice and chill, and has a nice beat to it. Even when it's sped up, the song is also really good. But I discovered a slowed version by Rumworld. Shout out to them, really good channel. And the song sounds amazing. The beat is slowed and you can hear and feel that bass under St. John's voice. It sounds like an even chiller, slower song than it already is. But at the same time, the beat is not completely slowed down. It has a sort of fast rhythm to it. I'll link it down in the description for you to go listen, if you haven't already. This song is one of those that just sounds great no matter how you listen to it. Another example of a song having an even more powerful beat to it is Highest in the Room by Travis Scott. Again, another song that is slow and chill when listening to it normally, but personally, I like how it sounds when it's slowed down and reverbed. Travis Scott has a voice that sounds really good when it's slowed. It has a sort of distortion, but not to the point where you can't understand him and you're like, what am I listening to? No, it's another really good version you should definitely have a listen to. So we've already established that slowed down songs sound great, but another very big factor that plays into this is what plays in the background while you're listening. Have you noticed that almost every single slow/reverb song on YouTube has an anime gif or picture that just sits or plays in the background? I really like anime, so I'm a fan of this. This does definitely add to the listening experience. Some animes just have that right vibe and right aesthetic to fit the song, or when gifs are used, it's something nice to watch. Other than anime, sometimes I've seen the gif of Mordecai Rigby sitting in a car, driving through a synthwave city, or the one with just a synthwave city itself, which I'm also a really big fan of. Also, I really like the synthwave aesthetic, if you can't tell already. A common theme these thumbnails and pictures have is it gives you a peaceful nighttime feel, or it's just really trippy. It also has a vaporwave vibe to it, if not more than the synthwave feeling to it. For those of you that don't know the difference between both of them, here's a rundown. Vaporwave is more of a modern day media and pop culture, but with a spin on it. That's odd but intriguing and interesting at the same time. Synthwave is a remixed version of the 1980s pop culture and media, hence why there are a lot of DeLoreans and old sports cars. So I've mentioned some earlier, like Roses and Highest in the Room, but there are so many songs I think sound really good. Here's my list and I'll tell you why. VENOM by Eminem. This song is good when played normally, but when it's slowed down and reverbed, wow, it sounds even better. This is one of those songs that I can't listen to normally anymore. I prefer the slowed down version of it. The chorus of the song has that drag and that bass. It sounds awesome. And shout out to Lion Square for making this remix. Another one that I really like is Stargazing by Travis Scott. It sounds really good slowed down. His songs feel different, but nonetheless, they're still good. And once again, shout out to Rumworld. Switching to the rock and roll side for a minute here, I have Electric Funeral by Black Sabbath. Again, the original is amazing, but that slowed down version, in my opinion, gives it more power. It makes it sound a little more demonic. Shout out to Peach and Cola Moons for that one. I have so many more. If I just went through them, this video would be an hour long, but I'll link the ones I mentioned in the description down below. If you're not a fan of slowed down, reverb music, I hope I changed your mind. But if not, hey, that's okay. But if this is your first time discovering this genre of music, please go listen to some of your favorite songs slowed down. Also, thank you so much for the support. we're at 50 subscribers. That's amazing. Thank you all for the likes and views and subscribers I've been receiving lately. Please go check out some of my other videos. I've been doing YouTube for 8 months. Wow, 8 months. Time does fly. Believe me, I'm not going anywhere. I really enjoy this, even if one person watches or 1,000 people do. It really does mean a lot to me. I know I say it a lot, but it's true. I would greatly appreciate it if you go and watch some of my other videos. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.